Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And the holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And their quarterback, well, everyone knows he's got height, standing at 6'6".
And he just continues to throw touchdown pass after touchdown pass, leading the league here down the final stretch of the year. Guys will say that the numbers and the rankings, they don't matter to him very much, but I don't know how much I actually believe that. Sure, he's team first, but I think everyone would like to see him finish number one, including himself.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in a defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
So, CD, this defense, they know that they have to be at their very best when they're taking on a team here that's in the midst of a winning streak that's now stretched over multiple months, not weeks, months.
I think the challenge they put upon themselves is we want to be the guys to end that streak. And what's working in their favor? The winning streak on the other side. Sometimes that carries a burden with it because they feel like they have to play perfectly as well. Let's just go out there and get them is the idea.
And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line.
And while all of that was going on with a sack, it appears, unfortunately, we have an injured player. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And this works out well as it'll kick out of bounds at the...
They're led out by their quarterback, a day 3 selection in this year's draft.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. 2nd and 4. Forced out to his left. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. Off the bootleg. Wells. Looking right sideline, that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 25 yards that time.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that. Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, do I have that dagger play? Do I have that play and just finish them off right now? Because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll keep it on the ground. Dupree fights off the defender. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Up the middle they go. Sykes.
And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Operating from the gun. Wells. He finds his man. Complete. It's Lopez. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Back to throw. Wells. And this is going to be intercepted.
The defense looked geared up to stop the run, but obviously, Charles, they were ready for the pass, too.
Yeah, they were hoping they could catch everyone crashing and playing the run, but that was a very ill-advised throw right there. The opportunity, lost.
First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Operating from the gun. McGraw. Throw left side complete. That's Malone. And they work this out past the 25. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up the first down.
No gain on the play there. Second down. Looking to throw. McGraw. He's going to loft one. Deep left side here. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
When you look at this defense,
they interplay one from the bottom. Number 31 in the league, Charles, against the run.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground. Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun. McGraw. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49.
that time multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. Operating from the gun. McGraw.
That one out wide and intercepted. Still going inside the 20.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, what a response by that defensive unit, Charles, because they just saw their offense throw the interception. They come out there, not only get an interception of their own, but they take it back for the touchdown.
I won't sing it because no one wants to hear that, but perhaps an early case of anything you can do, I can do better between these defenses. A lot of people came expect the offense to light this game up, but so far, the defenses are stealing the show.
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 7-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Now that should give him a spark. He's across the 40 to the 43. The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And as you see on the graphic, he's right up there with the best in the league when it comes to throwing touchdowns. Currently second in the NFL at this point of the season. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
A gain of 12. In the real first down.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. It's caught. Mitchell. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down. Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7.
Back to throw. McGraw over the middle. It's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And that's going to make it third down and less than a yard. Off play action. McGraw. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know.
And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Only 2 yards on the pickup there, and now they're looking at a long third down.
They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete.
And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 46-yard line.
Looking to throw. Wells. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Dupree, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10.
Second and 10 at the 36-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. Dupree.
And he'll work free from.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Back to throw. Wells. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3.
So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the two teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's been very impactful when using his legs this year, both when the pocket breaks down and by design. You notice his name sits near the top when looking at the league leaders in rushing yards by a quarterback.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
And they, if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
Now a play fake here on first down. Open man there is Malone. Only able to gain a couple there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field. Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Yeah, this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
On now is the punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Off the play fake. Wells. Complete to Myers, the tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
Well, a lot of credit to the play caller here. He saw the design in his mind and implemented it. A little zone stretcher here because they started the tight end on the left side of the formation and sent him on a crossing route. And this works really well when you can find that space between levels, and they were able to do so for good yardage.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
From the 46-yard line, a 2nd down and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Up the middle they go. Dupree. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big third down play.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 18 yards there and a first down.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2.
Back to throw now on first down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll bring up second down. Looking to throw. Wells. And he's got his man in stride. Complete. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Now a timeout called for by the offense as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Back to throw again. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Myers. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and that'll make it second down. Now another timeout called for by the offense, so that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Ball sits on the 10, 2nd and 5.
They'll look to throw again. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. And for the second time this half, on comes the field goal unit here. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. This offense and their running back headed back onto the field. He's had big hole after big hole to run through in this first half.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Right side complete. That's Woods. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. And that is no good. But a flag is down here, so hold on. Let's see what this is
Personal
about.
Foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Now that flag puts them on their heels a little bit more defensively as the officials walk it upfield.
Yeah, and they can blame the officials all they want, but bottom line, it's their own fault because, to me, that was an avoidable call. Stay focused and avoid major mistakes like that.
And this one is right through. And they will cut the lead back down to a touchdown now at 13-6.
So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. To the sideline and incomplete. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. Some critical games going on as teams fight for those final playoff berths. Let's get you around the NFL here in a busy Week 16. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And you can see they are out in front in that one. 3 touchdown passes there for J.J. McCarthy. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side could play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Off play action. Wells. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. They'll look to throw here on first down. He finds his man, complete. That's Myers. So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and that's going to bring up second down.
At the 39-yard line.
Back to throw. Wells over the middle, complete. That's Rhodes. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. They'll look to throw now on first down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. Left with a about a foot.
Inches at the 19-yard line.
Now a handoff up the middle. Dupree. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Operating from the gun. Wells got his man complete over the middle. It's Parker. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
2nd and 2, first down marker at the 5-yard line.
In motion goes the tight end. 2nd and 2. And his throw here is going to be incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
Now a first carry here for the running back. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
It's now 3rd and goal.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there.
With his 4th rushing touchdown on the year.
And his guys are going to add on to their lead.
And they would not be denied on the ground, powering it in just 1 play after they got stopped short.
And how about how many tight ends were on the field? Because in today's NFL, we think of the tight end more as a pass catcher. But this group, they tell them you've got to be able to run block to stay on this team. And they committed to it and got it done right there.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. Set now to kick this.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Rio offense about to set up shop once again. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that can make this a 3-possession game.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing.
That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for the touchdown. A big play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And his guys have made this a 1-score game now.
His great season throwing the ball continues. That last touchdown pass, number 40 for him on the year.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. It's up and good, a 7-point margin. It's 20-13 now. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. But now this offense comes back out onto the field. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. A quick throw, but incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Off the play fake. Wells. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game. I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 37-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Wells firing quickly here, and that's complete. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. 3rd and 2. Up the middle they go. Dupree, and he will have the 1st down as he's brought down up near midfield. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. 2 1st downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Off play action. Wells steps away, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now a give right side. Dupree, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd.
A nice play there, but also have to look at it as a blown assignment. He became a free runner that turned into a free hitter.
From the gun on 3rd down. Wells. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5. So they bring out their punter as he's on to punt for the 1st time this afternoon. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Taken in at the 22. 43 yards on the punt. Return of 4.
And they will take over 1st and 10. This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And he had it going in the 1st half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here.
Complete. This is Mitchell. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, a 22.
And you're starting to sense the momentum possibly changing just a little here. You get the touchdown your previous drive, then you force a punt, and now this is a good positive play here to start this drive. And you can just sense the tide starting to turn here in a one-score game.
They'll run on first down. It's Malone. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
But now he appears to be in some pain. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
They'll keep it on the ground. Malone. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. That one a first down pickup of 8. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
At the 43-yard line.
1 quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. As we've got the final quarter upon us, we get ready to start the fourth. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
From the gun on 3rd down, McGraw. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside.
Looking to throw. McGraw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Back to throw. McGraw. Toward the pylon, but it's incomplete. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. McGraw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
All right, Captain. It's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you kind of run out of your running plays, fire another one into the end zone.
How about the defensive stand here from 1st and goal, 3 straight incompletion?
Yeah, I think people are wondering why didn't they try and run it at least once in there. But once the first incompletion happened, it's almost like they were committed to throwing the ball from then on out.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They wanted to throw for it. A surprise does not work on 4th and goal from the 1. And the ball will go over on the goal line stand. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there.
Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yeah, because they're still a long way away from kneel down time. So they've got work on getting first downs, keep the sticks moving, right? Keep the clock going, and above all, ball security. Don't turn it over.
And he'll take this one up to about the 13.
Now a 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6.
Off the bootleg. Wells. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
Well, the Rio offense about to set up shop once again. The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this fourth quarter deficit. Now, this series could very well determine our outcome.
Left side, that's caught by Mitchell. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
He'll try again, and this time he's in for the touchdown. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A fourth quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one. Let's get it back to level.
Now for the point after. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. The drive there only spanning 3 plays.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he can. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. 2nd down and 6 now.
Operating from the gun. Wells escaping the pressure right. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there. The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And they'll hold him to 3 there as he takes this up to the 47. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he will have the 1st down as he gets this to the 47.
Holding offense.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Back to throw. Wells. It's complete to Parker, left side. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Call it a loss of 2 there on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
No surprise they decided to throw on 3rd down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
They bring their punter out there now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. This is taken at the 23. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. The offense back out there at the line ready for their next drive. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter.
That's caught. It's Malone. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Operating from the gun. McGraw. This is caught. It's Woods. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Operating from the gun. McGraw. He finds his man. Complete. That's Malone. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Malone, and he'll get it down here to the 43. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Up the middle they go. Malone.
And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25.
The tackle made at the 24-yard line. A gain of 14. And a real first down.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's our visitors with a football as we get you reset. They've got a first down in field goal range already. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Malone. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
Now a handoff up the middle. Malone. The broken tackle could not free him as he's brought down at the 10-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Hands it off out of the gun.
And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11.
Well, this crowd making it hard to hear. This is 3rd and 8.
Up the middle they go. It's Malone. And they will get to him at the 7 and stop him short of the first down marker. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to take the lead here in the final minute. And his kick is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. And with that last field goal, that puts him now at 300 made on his career, and that is something to celebrate.
And that puts him in the top 30 all time. So he's really made a mark, and he's got plenty of life left in that leg, that's for sure.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
The situation for him offensively as follows. Down by a field goal, 25 seconds remaining. Now their losing streak in danger of continuing as they come up on first down.
And he will get out of bounds here to stop the clock, but not a huge pickup there. 6, maybe 7. Here's 2nd down and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
They'll look to throw.
16 ticks remaining.
That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down.
Here's 2nd down.
He's back to throw.
The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
One final shot now. I'm not even sure he can get it to the end zone, though, from this distance.
That's going to take as much arm as he has, and you actually have to plan for the contingency. Maybe you're playing a tip. Try and get someone down who can tip it up and keep it for your own team and try and get to the end zone that way.
A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
Incomplete pass there is probably the best scenario going because if he catches the football, clock's probably going to run out in that situation.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over.
Well, CD, for the losing side, they had opportunities in this one, but big plays just didn't go their way, especially late, and they have to suffer the L here.
It certainly felt like that takeaway, once it happened, it knocked the wind out of their sails, and they just couldn't get their equilibrium back.
So for Rio,
it's another win for them, and you wonder if they want a redo on that one loss as they sit now at 14-1. And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for the home team here, it just keeps getting worse as they're going to fall to 1-14. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.